Hello and welcome to day two, game two of the Joe Nava Delta King Classic. My name is Jeremy Hurtado, and I'm along with Levi Flores here, and we're about to set to bring you the action from the Ripon Indians versus the Patterson Tigers. And Levi, these two teams have actually played each other earlier this week. Why don't you tell us more about that?
For Patterson, Whiteside had 13 points. He was 2 of 8 from 3, 2 3-pointers is a huge deal. And Haynes scored 11 points. He was 3 of 7 from the three-point range. Both players doing great from the three-point line. And McDonough had 6 points and 8 rebounds. He was underneath, not getting many points, but 8 rebounds is a good feat.
That's correct. And Ripon actually won that game 52-40 earlier this week against the Patterson Tigers. So it'll be interesting to see. Second game they play each other in a week. We'll see how much changes they've made.
It's hard to beat the same team twice, and even within the week, they could just practice and practice, hoping that they play against each other in this tournament.
Another thing that didn't happen last time they played each other was Malik Taylor for the Ripon Indians didn't play. Last night he was the shining star for the Indians in the game that we covered last night. So that'll be interesting to see how his impact comes into the game tonight for the Indians.
all the players learn for both teams what they do good and what they have to do differently in the upcoming games. And playing against the same team twice, it's easy to play, but it's also hard at the same time because they learn your antics and you learn their antics. So it's going to be a really good game for both Patterson and Ripon.
So we're getting ready for the tip here. Starters for the Tigers, number 5, McCleary, number 15, Yannick, number 20, Guevara gets a start today, and 22 is Precious Najee. He had a great game for the Tigers last night. And also 22, Jeremiah Turner. Starters for the Indians, number 0, Aaron McDonough, number 2, Braden Hines, number 3, Malik Taylor, number 21, Caden Whiteside, and number 33, Logan Gillespie. Here's the tip, and we're underway as the Tigers win the tip. But it's quickly stolen by the Indians and Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Hines. Hines off to McCowell, and there we go. 2-0 Ripon Indians, just like that. Both teams like to play at a methodical pace. Again, they played 52-40 earlier this week. So points will be at a premium. We'll see how Patterson can respond. Rebound there by Taylor. Drives it down the court, lays it up, no good. Rebound comes off to the Tigers. So far, Ripon had 2 possessions, 2 times they've driven to the paint. Something that they didn't do that much yesterday. So maybe a small adjustment there, Levi.
Ripon has a good driving team. They have smaller players that are easy to get through, the 2 defending players, but missing those high percentage shots could lose the game for Ripon.
This time Patterson decides to go down in the paint, and here's a replay of the last steal for the Tigers, or for the Indians rather. Nice layup there, 2-on-1 fast break. So transition points and obviously points off in the paint tonight going to be a big factor for both teams. Foul called on the play there. Gillespie picks up his first personal foul. Checking in the game for the first time tonight is Julian Sanchez for the Indians, replacing Gillespie. Sanchez, a 5'8", 150 senior for the Indians. Nice driving basket there for Yannick. Patterson Tigers are on the board 2-2, 6:50 as we just start the first quarter here of the game. Indians working around the outside. Sanchez at the top of the key, back over to Taylor, who loses control and flips it out of bounds. So far, both teams created a couple turnovers. Najee thought about the 3, decided to give it over to McCleary, who feeds it down low to Yannick. Yannick back over to Najee. Layup, no good. Rebound comes off to Yannick. Out to Guevara for 3. No good. Again, Patterson with the rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. Turned the ball back over to Ripon. So there's a good job of getting some offensive rebounds for the Tigers and maintaining possession. Just couldn't take advantage of it.
That's really important, those inside shots. When you're inside the paint, you really should make those baskets. And more importantly, you could get some contact in order to get an and one and go to the line.
3-point basket there by Malik Taylor. Just picking up where he left off yesterday. Yesterday at 3-pointers rather from that spot. Today he comes out and hits his first shot of the day, giving the Indians a 5-2 lead. Guevara over to McCleary, top of the key, shot, 3-pointer, and it's good. Nice shot there by the 6'1" junior, Logan McCleary, for the Patterson Tigers. Ties the game up at 5. Whiteside over to Sanchez, shot up, no good. Rebound tipped off play, and it's controlled by the Tigers and Yannick, who brings it up the court, looking to give the Tigers their first lead of the game. Guevara with the pass out, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Najee. He puts it up and in and gives a foul. So there's the rebound and inside points we were talking about being huge here in the first quarter for the Patterson Tigers.
That was by Precious Najee, as you mentioned earlier. And here's the replay of Najee putting it in. He's only a sophomore for the Tigers. 6'3", a huge player for Patterson.
And on the inbound, or missed free throw rather, Tigers rebounded and put it up again. So more points in the paint for the Tigers as they have a 9-5 lead here with 4:40 left to go in the first quarter. Last time these two teams played, Patterson had problems getting points. The coach said they could get shots up, they just couldn't get the shots to fall. Today's different story for him here early. As Yannick gets his own rebound, feeds it down to Najee, and he's fouled again. Back to the free throw line he goes. So, like we said, points in the paint, big factor here. Here's the shot by Yannick, no good. Got his own rebound though, fought it away from Taylor, gives it back down to Najee, who picks up the foul on Braden Haynes for the Indians. Fourth team foul too, huge foul discrepancy here in the first quarter, 4-0. Shows the work the Tigers are putting in down low.
Braden Haynes too, you'll hear his name a lot tonight. He really loves this team for the Ripon Indians, and he'll play his heart out, but if he fouls out, that'll be a huge loss for the Indians.
Haynes with the rebound off the missed free throw, pushing it up court to Whiteside. Whiteside back to Sanchez, who loses a handle up for a second. Kicks it over to Haynes. Haynes brings it back up to the top of the key. Kicks it over to Taylor, who pumps a shot, no good, or rather passes over to Whiteside. Whiteside back to Haynes. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good defensive possession here so far for the Tigers. Taylor rather throws up a three around the screen, no good. Rebound comes off to Yannick. Yannick pushes, lays it up and in over Sanchez. Quick 12-5 is the score, and that's a timeout called by the Ripon Indians.
And we'll be back right after this.
We're back here, 12-5 our score, 3 minutes, 42 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Timeout there by Ripon just to kind of slow things down and give a little, hey, calm down. We're a 7-point game, not a big deal here. Reset, we'll see how Coach Graham here decides to play out of the inbound, or out of the timeout rather.
It's only 4 minutes into the game. Ripon doesn't have to be nervous about this yet. Yes, they are down by 7. It's a huge lead for Patterson. But Ripon just needs to be a little bit calm and try to find the easy shots.
There's a nice shot there. Clear opening shot missed by Hines. Foul called though on Patterson on the rebound. Here's the replay there. Great open look. Just wasn't able to knock it down, and you can see, I'm not sure what they called on the foul, but they called a foul, and so it'll be Ripon ball inbound underneath. Inbound pass comes out to Taylor. Shot's tipped by 15, but it goes out of bounds, up and over the backboard, and it'll be Patterson basketball. Patterson here with the chance to extend their lead as Guevara walks it up the court. Inbound comes to Najee, dribbles, offensive foul called. That time maybe trying to do a little too much, Levi.
Yeah, and way to take it for the team. Watch this replay of Najee Precious.
Patterson picks up pressure now. Ripon fumbles the ball. Picked up by McCleary and the Tigers. Yannick over to McCleary in the corner. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes off the Tigers. That's Turner getting the rebound for the Tigers. He gets it over to Yannick. back at the top to key. Guevara over to McCleary, who inbound or throws it down low to Najee, and we get another foul down by the Ripon Indians. 5 fouls here so far in the first quarter.
That was Aaron McDonough, who took the charge just a possession ago.
So it'll be interesting to see here if Patterson gets to the free throw line early. They're continuing to pressure the basketball, driving the lanes, picking up fouls. This time they turn it over. Empty possession still, 5-12, 228 rather left to go in the first quarter here from the Joe Nava Delta King Classic. Sanchez, shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound comes off to Taylor. Brought back down low to Sanchez, and he's fouled by the Tigers by Logan McCleary. His first, team's third. Nice bounce pass there by McDonough, feeding Sanchez. Sanchez unable to get the basket to go through, picked up the foul, makes the first free throw.
That's the first score in 2 minutes, and hopefully that'll lead Ripon into a nice 8-0 run to retake the lead.
Sanchez second free throw up isn't good as well. Now Ripon picks up a whole full court press. Patterson breaks it, however, going over the top to Yannick, who gives it off. Turner gets it down low, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off of the Indians. Taylor running up court for the Indians, loses the ball. Finally gets a handle on it, gets it over to Salcedo, who lays it up and in for the Indians, and quick 4 points for the Indians, cuts the lead to 3 points at 12-9. Now a turnover by Patterson caused by the Indian full court press.
Here's the replay of the Ripon Indians driving inside, a nice 13-foot jumper by Anthony Saucedo. And the Indians' full court pressure is probably going to win this game for the Indians, as twice in a row they stopped the Patterson Tigers from scoring, giving them a 4-0 run.
Guevara over to McCreary, feeds down low to Turner. Turner lays it up and in. More points in the paint. Points in the paint is big key for the Tigers this afternoon. 14-9 our score. 1:05 left to go in the first quarter here. Ripon tries to go down low, no good. Rebound comes off to Sanchez, who picks it up and picks up another foul. This time on 22 rather, Turner. Here's the replay. Sanchez, nice job of getting the offensive rebound. Lays it up, reverse layup around the basket, no good. But he's going the line for 2 more and a chance to cut into the Tiger lead.
That's the second time he's been fouled inside the paint. He's not a big man. He's only, 5'8", and he's going inside. It's a good job by a smaller player to gain the fouls inside the paint by the bigger man.
Checking in for the Tigers, Marty Collins, a 6-foot junior. He got the start last night, but coming off the bench today. A little change that the Patterson Tigers coach decided he was going to employ today, see how that works out for him. So far, Guevara's had a pretty good job, who was the guy that started for him, for the Tigers facilitating the ball. Guevara gives it over to Yannick, who gives it down low to Mitchell. Back up to the top of the key now to McCleary, who drives down the lane. Layup, no good. Foul called on the play, though. And it'll be a turnover given to the Ripon Indians. So a moment ago we said it was 4-0 in the fouls. Now each team has 5 as we hit the 35-second mark of the first quarter. So things have kind of evened out here in the last couple minutes of the first half. Now we got a travel called. Turning the ball back over to the Tigers. McCreary inbounds the ball to Guevara. He's going to walk it up court, use time most likely last possession of the first quarter here. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Gets the ball off to Yannick. Tigers work the ball back and forth, back to Yannick at the top of the key. Thought about a shot, passes over to McCleary, who loses the ball, and it's picking up by Logan Gillespie. Shot for the Indians as buzzer goes off, and it's no good off the glass at the end of the first quarter. The Patterson Tigers had lead 14-11 over the Ripon Indians.
And we'll be back right after this. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more.
So let's get ready to start the second quarter here. Again, Patterson's up 14-11 over the Ripon Indians. Ripon inbound the ball here to start the second quarter. So if I'm Ripon and I'm down 14-11, Levi, I'm looking to get Taylor the ball and get him into the game a little more. He's had the 1-3. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. They need to keep doing the three ball. Inside, they have a smaller man getting inside, but he's not making his shots quite often, so keep it on the outside and give Taylor the ball like you said.
Guevara calling the play here for the Tigers. And we got a turnover called on the Tigers. 3 seconds. You'll see that called here early in the season as kids are getting used to, playing without the ball here, maybe for the first time on varsity. One of those calls I don't see called in the second half of the season. More called here in the beginning of the season, like I said, as teams get used to adjusting. The Indians have the ball again. Taylor at the top of the key. Full double team that time. Tigers come out in a zone defense. Taylor looked for someone to pass to, gets over to Whiteside at the top of the key, gives it back to Taylor at the wing. Taylor between his legs, over to Hines, who throws up a shot, but it's no good as the shot clock goes off. So shot clock violation will give another turnover to the Indians, and the Patterson has a chance to extend their 3-point lead. Indians again pick up the full court press, tip, and his pass is turned over. Nice job there. Hines to pick up the ball, gives it over to Sanchez, and Taylor, wing three. Just like that, tie ball game, 14-14. So we talked about getting Taylor back involved in the game, and there it was, 2 possessions so far in the second quarter. He's taken 2 shots for the Indians. As we see here on the replay, Sanchez passed a wide open shooter, and you can't leave him open from that spot. That's his favorite spot so far that we've seen.
And we can't forget what started that whole play was the full court press. The Ripon Indians doing an amazing job keeping the ball on their side of the court.
Again, the Indians come out pressed. This time it's handled by the Tigers. Back to McCleary for 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Sanchez, doing the work. Like you said, the 5'8" player, but he's been big in the points as he turns it over. And McCleary feeds the ball to Yannick with a layup, giving the Tigers the lead again, 16-14. Back up the court quickly. Shot, 3-point shot by Taylor is no good and rebounded off and running out the Tigers. Shot from 3-point line, no good by McCleary. Rebound to Taylor. Taylor presses, has the ball knocked out of his hands, and it goes off of him. Well, now we're going to have a discussion here. It looked like it was Last touch by the Tigers, and it's going to be changed. The call is going to be a last touch by the Tigers, so Taylor will inbound for the Indians here, down by 2, 5:58 left to go in the second quarter. So last couple possessions, Levi, both teams have been running up and down the court, a little different than they played yesterday and the last time they played.
Both of these teams, they could keep doing that as long as they make their shots, as the steal here by Patterson.
Here's a steal by Chris Delgado, but he's called for double dribble as he tries to possess the ball, which turns the ball back over to the Indians.
And Gillespie's going to pass it in, and yesterday he took a dive inside the paint, hurt his knee a little bit, walked out, and now he's all back at 100% on the court.
You're right, Levi. He came down on his knee pretty hard. He did come back in the game, though, the last couple minutes last night, so it's good to see him back out here tonight, as the Indians, as we stated yesterday, are a little shorthanded because of their football team playing tonight in the section NorCal Bowl finals. Nice rebound there by Gillespie, and basket by the 6'2 sophomore. Another thing for the Indians tonight, as we look at the replay here, Gillespie just getting to the basket, picking up the rebound and getting the points and the foul, but he misses the free throw. Will Bremer is also out now for the Indians for the next couple of days at least. So again, a short team gets a little shorter tonight for the Indians, and we'll see how that conditioning and then lack of depth comes into play here later on.
That's really going to affect the Indians, as only a few players on the bench. They don't have enough to sub out. Playing that full court press as well, it's going to tire them out even more. So hopefully the Ripon Indians, they'll keep the momentum, keep their energy high, but keep it there the whole game in order to stay above the Patterson Tigers.
Devlin Mitchell will step into the free throw line for the Tigers. 6'2", junior. First free throw is up and good. Checking back in for the Indians is Sanchez, replacing Gillespie. Mitchell's second free throw is up and no good. A rebound comes off to Anthony Salcedo for the Indians. Gets the ball over to Hines. Hines gets it back to Taylor at the top of the key. Pass for Taylor is intercepted by Mitchell and the Tigers. Apaya's shot is no good. Rebound comes off to the Indians. And we got a foul called on the Tigers. Here's the attempted layup by Apaya. Like Yannick may have picked up with the foul. Timeout on the court called by Patterson.
And we'll be back right after this. Straight Sports. Custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more.
Seventh foul here called right before the break on the Tigers, so it'll be a 1-on-1 here as Taylor steps to the line, the 5'10", 155 junior, who again missed the game on Tuesday against Patterson. Didn't play. Coach said he sprained his ankle during the weekend. Wasn't able to practice until yesterday, actually, was his first game for the Tigers. He looked good in our game yesterday. Now officials are having a conversation about if he's going to be the correct shooter or not, I would think. Meanwhile, competitive game here so far. Levi 17-16, 1-point game, 4:45 left to go here in the second quarter. They change out their shooter. Hines now is going to be the free throw shooter.
Earlier in the game, Patterson was taking a commanding lead over Ripon, 12-5, but Ripon has answered back since then, bringing down the lead to 1.
Free throw comes off, no good. Rebound by the Tigers. Bring up court. Papaya lays it up and in, giving the Tigers a 3-point lead here. So points in the paint by the Tigers versus the 3-point shooting for the Indians here is what it's come down to so far in the first half. Taylor works off the screen, gives the ball to Hines in the corner for a 3-shot. Up, no good. Rebound nicely by Yannick, but turns it over. Salcedo gets in the lane, picks it up for the Indians. 3-point shot up, no good by Taylor. A rebound by Apaya, who breaks a double team, gets the ball over Yannick, crosses the timeline for the Tigers. Back to Apaya, now over to McCleary at the top. Calling out plays, gets the ball over to Delgado. Back to Yannick in the corner. He feeds Najee and has it knocked out of his hands by Hines. Hines, we're on the run for the Indians. Sanchez lays it up, no good. Rebound, tip follow by Taylor. And again, a timeout called as 19-18 is our score here. 3:34 left to go. As we look at the replay here, Haynes, nice job giving it over to Sanchez, who lays it up and in, or lays it up rather, and Taylor comes in with a follow tip for the Indians.
This broadcast of the Joe Nava Delta King Classic is brought to you in part by California Gold, building tomorrow's value today. The NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Be one of the first 75 to register to get $100 off your camp tuition. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more. Sonora Conference Center, 4 unique rooms in downtown Sonora. Visit SonoraConferenceCenter.com for more details. Benton Roberson CPAs, serving Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more.
Tigers set to inbound the ball here as we get back underway. 3:30 left to go in the second quarter. 19-18 is our score, nearly intercepted there by Whiteside. So again, the Indians using that press to cause havoc on the Tigers as they try and get the ball in and over the half-court line. But this time, nice feed there to Yannick by McCleary over the defense and sets up a nice layup. Whiteside over to Taylor. Taylor uses the screen from Sanchez, thought about the three, gives it back to Hines in the corner. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Sanchez. Has it knocked away and comes away from it with McCleary for the Tigers. Delgado drives it, picks up the foul on Taylor.
That was a good foul by Taylor. As you'll see here, yes, he does get the foul, but he also blocks the shot at the same time, sending him to the line. So he may or may miss these. If he misses them, it's a great foul.
First free throw up and good for Delgado. Second free throw up and good as well. Checking into the game for the Tigers, Chris Delgado is Jacob Guevara. Taylor over to Whiteside, top of the key, and Sanchez back out to Taylor. Shot blocked by Yannick. And we got a foul called. We'll see here on the replay. Ball goes over to Whiteside, into Sanchez back. And a foul called there on the shot. So Taylor will be going to the line. First free throw, no good. Second free throw up. Rattles around, no good. So there's a good foul you were talking about, Levi. He missed 2 free throws so far, gets the second one, or the third one, rather.
You got to make him work for those points.
This time he gets it. Free throw up and good. Checking into the game for the first time tonight, Carmichael Jones for the Tigers, replacing Yannick. Indians still have the full court press on. Tigers get it over to Jones in the corner. And he almost turns it away, but keeps it. Kicks it over to Guevara in the corner. Guevara drives the lane. Picks up a foul on the Indians as we go 1-on-1 as Guevara steps to the free throw line. Guevara got the start today after having a decent play in the second half of last night's game. Free throw shot up and good. He'll get one more. (24-19) our score here. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Guevara's second free throw shot up. It rattles around, no good. Tipped. Rebound comes off to Taylor, who gives it to Haynes. Out. Haynes running down. Now he slows up, waits for everybody to get set. Calls out a play. Swings it over to Whiteside, who brings it down low to Sanchez. Sanchez loses control. Has it taken away by Guevara. Guevara drives the lane, lays it up. No good. Wildly. Rebound comes off to the Tigers. Tip no good as well. And Hines comes away with it for the Indians. Hines over to Whiteside at the corner. Gives it back up to the top to Taylor. Taylor splits the defense. Comes down and picks up a foul. Foul called on Precious Najee.
And here's the replay again. Malik Taylor driving inside. Probably would have made it if it wasn't a foul there, but Malik Taylor going back to the line once again. Returning player for the Indians.
First free throw up. Short. Jalen Scott checking into the game for the Tigers, giving Najee a break. Here's with the 146 mark here in the second quarter. Second free throw up, also good. Cuts the lead down to 4 points. Indians staying in the press defense. Push called on Whiteside. So that'll send the Tigers back to the line. Kareem Apaya will be stepping to the line for the Tigers. So if free throw shooting here, like we said, chance for the Tigers to extend the lead at the line. Apaya, a 5'11 sophomore, first free throw up, no good. Rattles around, and the Tigers are able to get the rebound. Nice pass there and a block shot there by Hines for the Indians, but the Tigers can maintain possession. Apaya, three-point shot, no good. Attempted save goes out of bounds. Could be a turnover to the Indians.
And Julian Sanchez of the Ripon Indians looks like he got hit in the mouth there, so he's going to take a chair going to the sidelines.
Checking back in for him is Aaron McDonough. Indians have the ball and they throw it away here. Had a chance of cutting the lead. Now the Tigers take possession on the sideline out inbound. Guevara walks it up. Ripon not pressing this time. 1:06 left to go in the second quarter. Apaya feeds Scott down low, shot up, no good, but the follow goes, and that increases the lead to 6 points. That's the largest lead of the night. Ties it, rather, for the Tigers, but quickly Taylor comes back and cuts into the lead as a layup. Pressure again by the Indians, broken. Apaya shot, wild, no good. Salcido with the rebound for the Indians. And they have a chance to take the last shot if they chose to, but Taylor just running layup, no good. Comes off the mark, out of bounds, and the Tigers will take over with 24.3.
The Indians have a chance here to either tie the game up or take the lead with 24 seconds left going into the half. If they do that, then they'll have a great start to the second half, most likely with the momentum that they're bringing.
Guevara turns the ball over to the Indians. Taylor Gass at the wing. Double team comes on him. 7 seconds left. Entry pass. Nice job. Waited by Salcido. Gives it to Gillespie. They end the half as it's a score. 26-24 is our score here at the end of the half. We go Ripon Indians trailing by 2, and here's a replay here. Salcido gives it up to Gillespie with time running down. No hesitation there by Gillespie as he lays it up and in and cuts the lead to 2 points at the end of the first half.
That was some unselfish basketball there at the end to get the final basket of the half. But in a few minutes, we'll be back with the end of the first half stats.
away as the Tigers win the tip, but it's quickly stolen by the Indians and Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Hines. Hines off to McCowell, and there we go for the Indians. Nice.
That's really important, those inside shots. When you're inside the paint, you really should make those baskets. And more importantly, you could get some contact in order to get an
2 lead. Guevara over to McCleary. Top of the key. Shot. 3-pointer. And it's good. Guevara with the pass out. 3-point shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Najee. He puts it up and in and gets a foul.
Play of Najee putting it in. He's only a sophomore for the Tigers. 6'3", a huge player for Patterson.
And on the inbound, said they could get shots up. They just couldn't get the shots to fall. Today's different story for him here early. As Yannick gets his own rebound, feeds it down to Najee, and Taylor rather throws up a 3 around the screen, no good. Rebound comes off to Yannick. Yannick pushes, lays it up and in over.
Yes, they are down by 7. It's a huge lead for Patterson. But Ripon just needs to be a little bit calm and try to find the easy shots.
There's a nice shot there in their lead. As Guevara walks it up the court. Inbound comes to Najee. Dribbles. Offensive foul. Sanchez shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound comes off to Taylor. Brought back down low to Sanchez. Welcome back here as we get ready to start the second half. And Levi Flores with the first half stats.
Ripon, Malik Taylor, number 3, has the game high right now with 12 points. And Sanchez, number 13, the smaller man, 5'8", he has 4 points, all off free throws. He's unable to make those inside baskets inside the paint, but he does have the 4 points, hit all 4 from the free throw line. Anzu Doa on the other side, Patterson, has 8 points. Patterson leading right now 26-24. They had a commanding lead earlier in the first half, but Ripon came back and battled to only make it a 2-point lead for Patterson. Although in the first half, 9 fouls for each team. That's a lot of fouls in one half. Both teams were in the bonus, so hopefully this time the teams will foul less and make their inside shots.
Patterson Tigers go to work quickly on the inside, just like you said. Nice pass there from Nazine over to Turner. Gives the Tigers the first points of the second half. Be interested to see if Ripon comes out a little more aggressive or if they stay on the outside perimeter shots here in the second half as they're trying to cut in the lead. Here's a shot from the outside by Taylor. Shot no good. Rebound comes off to Yannick. He hands the ball over to Guevara. Guevara gives it to Najee. Najee looks, dribbles baseline, lays it up, and rolls off. No good. Rebound for Yannick, though, and he puts it in. So rebound basket for the Tigers, and that's 4 points here as the start the second half as the Tigers build their lead back up to 6.
Starting the second half just as they started the first, and it's another steal there by the Patterson Tigers.
Layup no good, but he follows his own shot again, no good. Ball comes out of bounds. And it's going to be Indians' ball there. There's a replay of that inside work by the Tigers as Yannick laid it up and in, giving the Tigers, again, a 6-point lead. Ripon works around, gives it inside, back out, shot by Taylor. Rattles around, no good, comes off, rebound to the Tigers. Najee. Guevara gives it over to McCleary, who shoots the 3, no good. Long rebound comes off, battled for, and it's going to be a foul called on Najee as he was trying to get the rebound, battling with Whiteside there for the Indians.
The Indians doing a terrific job inside the paint because they don't have any really big men. The biggest man they have right now is Logan Gillespie, 6'2", who took the dive a little earlier in the game. But the Patterson Tigers have men that are 6'4", 6'3", that just tower over the rest of the Ripon Indians. So a great job by the Ripon Indians being able to stop the inside game.
Whiteside regaining possession for the Indians, gives it over to Taylor. Taylor drives baseline, runner no good. Rebound comes off the Tigers' Yannick, and they're on the run again. McCleary one-on-one with Whiteside, lays it up and in. 8-point lead now for the Tigers, their biggest lead of the game. Indians go down low to Gillespie to try and answer, and they do. Nice pass there by McDowell, giving the ball to Gillespie with a chance to score, and the Indians pick up full court press. It's broken by the Tigers. Yannick over to Turner, and Turner lays it up and in, and two guys go down for on the play.
And once again, Gillespie takes a dive and hits the hardwood. Here's that replay. And Gillespie's head hit the knee of Yannick. And he's going to take a seat on the bench as number 13, Julian Sanchez, comes in for him.
Jeremiah Turner getting ready to shoot the free throw for the Tigers. Free throw up and is good. 9-point lead here for the Tigers with 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Ripon has to answer here as it's in danger zone for the Indians. Oh, nice. Sanchez pass goes out of bounds, intended for McCow. So the Tigers will take over. Indians have the full court press. Tigers back and forth pass. Now he throws it away. Coming right here at us. Indians will take it over. The chance to cut in the lead here. 5:02 left to go in the third quarter. Hines brings the ball up for the Indians. Patterson still in the zone defense. Taylor, right wing, guarded by Guevara. Gives it up to Haynes at the top of the key, back over to Taylor, who shoots a three. No good. Rebound comes off out of bounds off of Yannick, so the Indians will retain possession with a fresh shot clock.
Taylor has to be careful on those three-point shots. Each time he's taken one, he kicks out his legs a little bit, but that could be some false contact on Patterson, and then they'll call off the shot.
Inbound pass is intercepted by Yannick. He gives to Apaya. Apaya one-on-one with Haynes. Goes around him and lays it up and in, giving the Tigers an 11-point lead. Back come the Indians. McDowell with the shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Yannick, and the Tigers are on the run again. Even numbers, 3-on-3. Yannick pulls up, shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Apaya. Gets the ball over to Guevara, who gets it back to the top of the key. Nice inbound pass from McCleary into Yannick, and Yannick gives them a 13-point lead, and Indians coach Justin Graham calls timeout with 4:07 left to go in the third quarter.
And we'll be back right after this. .407 left to go here in the third quarter. Patterson up 39-26. And Levi, the Indians here have come out not shooting the ball well, and has led to a big lead by the Tigers. Patterson started off the third quarter with a 13-2 run. Ripon hoping to close that gap a little bit and get inside this game again.
Indians work the ball around the outside. Over to Taylor. Taylor cross court over to Hines. Hines holds it up, now dribbles, looking for the entry pass, isn't there. Back over to Taylor. Taylor, contested shot, jump shot, good. Big shot there by Taylor. They got to get him going if they have any chance to catch the lead. Apaya drives down the lane. Nobody stops the ball. Finally, he is fouled by McDonough. But again, nobody stopped the ball. He just drove it down. Easy layup there as we see the replay of the last possession of the Indians. Nice jump shot there by Taylor. Maybe seeing the ball go through the hole, give him a little confidence here to continue to cut into the Tigers' lead. Free throw up, no good by the Apaya. Salcido checking back in for the Indians, replacing Whiteside. Apaya's second free throw shot is good. Haynes inbounds, or feeds the ball down to Sanchez, gives it over to McDonough, who kicks it back out to Haynes at the top of the key. Salcido inbounds Sanchez, or tries to get the ball to Sanchez and is knocked away. Tigers take possession as Guevara brings it up the court. Entry comes down low to Turner. Shot blocked. Rebound's no good. Taken away by Haynes and the Indians. Sanchez had an open look. Dribbles once more and fouled by Turner. Picks up the basket and the foul here as he's going to go to the line.
That's his first basket of the night. All 4 points earlier were coming off free throws, but he finally puts it in for the three-point play opportunity.
So like we said, like you just said, he's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 10-point game right now, so this is a chance to cut it down to single digit here. Marty Collins checks in for the Tigers, and because we said he's 4 for 4, he misses the free throw. Ball's tipped away, and it's going to be a Patterson ball. Guevara set to inbound for the Tigers. Ball is knocked away, and the Indians will take over. Hines gives the ball over to Taylor. Over to Salcido now. Back to Taylor, but the pass is intercepted by Apaya. Apaya 1-on-3 break, lays it up and in over the Indians. Aggressive play there by the Tigers. Gets them back up to a 12-point lead. Sanchez getting the ball for the Indians on the low. Misses it, however, and it's rebound by Yannick, and the Tigers pushes it up the court to McCleary. Thought about it, gives it over to Guevara, who calls out a play for the Tigers. Kicks it over to McCleary. McCleary looking, gets a screen from Yannick. Not much there. Entry pass is tipped, lost, but picked up by Guevara, who gets it over to Mitchell, who lays it up and in. So a little frantic play there, but patience pays off as more points in the paint for the Tigers. $14-point deficit. Ripon trying to cut into as a launch of three. Nope, no good by Haynes. Rebound comes off to Yannick, and that's the third possession in a row where Indians have been one and done on the offensive side of the ball. Guevara working off a screen by Yannick. Passes over to McCreary. McCreary picks it up. Shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Taylor for the Indians. Taylor from the screen. Three-point shot, no good. Comes off to Yannick. 4 possessions in a row now. One and done for the Indians.
I think they're relying too much on Malik Taylor right now, as he always gets the ball and shoots either a deep three-pointer, drives in, and miss the easy layup. So if they spread the ball a little bit, spread the court, give it to the other players, have them drive in or be open for a three-pointer, the Ripon Indians would have a closer gap right now.
Shot goes up, no good. Rebound comes off to Taylor. McCreary is down. He landed on an ankle as he rolled his ankle.
Here's the replay of that shot on the outside.
Salcedo comes out.
Twist his left ankle there.
Defend, and you can see he lands right on his foot, rolls it. 44-30 our score. 42 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Patterson has a lead over the Ripon Indians.
See, he's trying to walk it off there. He's probably not going to come back in this game because he took a serious fall on his left ankle.
Checking in for him is Chris Delgado. Back to action here. Hines has the ball at the top of the key, picks up his dribble. Now gets it over to Salcedo. Back to Hines. Now Hines kicks it over to Taylor. Back into the game for the Indians, Gillespie. And he picks up 2 points there for the Indians, cutting the lead to 12. Indians come back with a full court pressure, but the Tigers break it. Shot up, no good. Offensive foul called on the Marty Collins, and that's just what the Indians are looking for, a chance to cut into this lead here, a chance to get it back to 10 points here. As you see the replay, he kicks his leg out. Easy call there for the official. 13 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Hines picks up his dribble, gives it over to Salcedo. Salcedo dribble hives. Shot, no good. Rebound, no good. Comes back to Taylor, 3 seconds left. 2, three-pointer up, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter with our score, Patterson Tigers 44, Ripon Indians 32.
And we'll be back right after this.
And we're back here.
Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more.
As we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play here, Patterson up 44-32 over the Ripon Indians. There at the break, Coach McCleary for the Tigers talking about playing defense, protect the lead here. So we'll see how that goes here as we start the fourth quarter with Ripon with the ball. Salcedo drives, kicks it over to Sanchez. Sanchez thought about a three. Oops, correction. That's Jacob Wallace into the game for the Indians. Turnover, layup, no good, but it's fouled by Whiteside as Delgado drives the lane.
Here's the replay of that block right here and the foul.
Aggressive play there on the offensive side of the ball by Delgado. Earns himself a trip to the line, makes the first free throw. So one thing we can say for definitely different from yesterday is Patterson's more aggressive on the offensive end than they were yesterday, which is a good sign for the Tigers as they have a 14-point lead here just at the start of the fourth quarter.
A 14-point lead is a good thing for Patterson, although Ripon still has a chance in this one. They can come back. It is not over for the Ripon Indians.
In fact, Patterson, the coach, told me they had a 16-point lead against Ripon earlier this week and ended up losing 52-40. So you know that the Tigers want to keep scoring points and not let up on the offensive side of the ball. Sanchez with the ball at the top of the key for the Indians. Back over to Wallace. Gets it down low to Salcido. Tries to kick it back to Wallace, and it's intercepted by Delgado. Delgado running out, and we got a steal by Gillespie, but he's called for a travel. Three fresh bodies checking back in for the Indians. Hines, Taylor, and McDowell for the Indians. Inbound comes to Apaya. Over to Delgado. Three-point shot up high off the glass and goes back in. Just as Delgado called, and we got a 17-point lead for the Tigers. Running shot, no good by Hines. Tries to get the rebound, tips it. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Here's the replay of the Delgado three. Hits the back iron, goes straight up, comes straight down. That's hometown roll here at Stagg High School. Shot by Taylor goes up, no good. Rebound comes off to Gillespie. Tries to go up with it, but he picks up a foul on the Tigers, Devlin Mitchell.
This is good for the Indians. They could slow it down a little bit, take some time, shoot the free throws slowly so that they could get a little bit of rest on the court.
Chance to cut into the 17-point lead that the Tigers have amassed here. 6:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. First free throw up and good by Gillespie, a 6'2 sophomore player for the Indians. Checking back into the game for the Tigers is Yannick, replacing Guevara. Second free throw up, also good for the Indians. So it seems like the Tigers have figured out the press here by the Indians. Ball comes over to Turner on the right side. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Haynes, and the Indians are running. Outlet goes to Taylor. Taylor lays it up. Wiley, no good. Rebound comes off to Patterson, but it's stolen by Taylor. Figures it over to Hines, and Hines lays it up and in. 4 quick points for the Indians. Cuts the lead to 13, 49-36. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Aggressive defense here by the Indians. Picks up a foul. We'll see their last replay where Yannick tries to outlet the ball. Stolen by Taylor. Gets it over to Haynes for the layup.
This broadcast of the Joe Nava Delta King Classic is brought to you in part by California Gold, building tomorrow's value today. The NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Be one of the first 75 to register to get $100 off your camp tuition. Go to NorCalSportsTV.com/camp to learn more. Sonora Conference Center. 4 unique rooms in downtown Sonora. Visit SonoraConferenceCenter.com for more details. Benton Roberson CPAs, serving Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties. Straight Sports. Custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more.
Back here, 5:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. 13-point lead for the Tigers as they look to inbound the ball here at half court. Delgado inbounds to Yannick. Yannick over to Delgado. Right corner, right side with the defense, and it's a backcourt violation called by the Tigers, giving the ball back to the Indians, and they have a chance to pick up more points on this 13-point lead that the Tigers have gained.
Good pressure by Whiteside. getting him back court in order to turn the ball over.
Ball goes down low to McDonough. Layup goes up and in by Gillespie, cutting the lead to 11. Delgado with the ball now for the Tigers. Gives it over. Apaya back over to Yannick. Yannick drives, kicks it out to Delgado. Najee over to Yannick, back to Delgado. Use a little clock here. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. As Apaya looks, thought about it, looks, gives the ball back over to Delgado. 4 seconds now on the shot clock. Over to Turner. Turner, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Najee. Najee, spin move, lays it up and in over Gillespie. So the Tigers did everything they wanted there. They ran the shot clock down, got an offensive rebound, put it back and up and in, and increased the lead there. Great possession on the offensive board, or glass, by the Tigers. Gillespie answers back for the Tigers, or for the Indians rather, on their offensive side of the ball. Again, we'll see Patterson probably is going to run some clock here. They're in no hurry with an 11-point lead. Just over 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. They work around the outside. Turner gets over to Apaya in the corner. Apaya guarded by Whiteside. Now back to Delgado, who's covered by Taylor. Apaya looks, one dribble, shot off the glass, high, no good. Rebound, though, comes off to Yannick. Reverse layup, no good as well. Ball comes off, and it's into the hands of Gillespie for the Indians. Quickly up court come the Indians. Hines kicks it back to Taylor for a wide open three, shot short, no good. Patterson on the run, no good. Rebound comes off to Taylor. Up and down the court we go here, back over to Gillespie. Lays it up off the glass and in, and we got a timeout call by the Justin Graham. 51-42, 9-point game, 3:27 left to go here. And we'll be back right after these messages on NorCal Sports TV. (51-42), Patterson Tigers over the Ripon Indians here. 3:27, left in the fourth quarter. So it was a 17-point lead about 3 minutes ago, and the Indians have cut into that lead a little bit here, Levi. What do they got to do to keep being aggressive and cut into the lead?
Well, Ripon, they diminished the lead to only about 9. And so Ripon, they just have to keep doing what they're doing. It isn't impossible to come back 3 minutes. They could get the lead within a minute if they have a 10-0 run. So Ripon, just keep doing what they're doing and have Patterson controlled on the full court press.
Here's a replay of the last possession here by the Tigers. Nice rebound there by Najee. I believe they called jump ball there. Possession arrow stays with the Tigers. So Guevara going to inbound here for the Tigers. Inbounds it to Yannick. Yannick's guarded by Salcedo. Trap comes at the top, but it's foul called on Taylor for the Indians. That's their fifth of the second half here.
The Indians didn't really agree with that call. They thought it should have been a jump ball, but the ref called it as the foul, so Patterson will keep possession.
Entry pass comes into the backcourt. Retained by Turner. Indians playing strong, tight defense, and we got a push called on Sanchez. So last two plays, 2 fouls on the Indians. That's a 6th team. Here's a replay of it. You'll get to see it. Yep, you can see him using the body, a little aggressive, trying to get him to step out of bounds, but he bodied him out of bounds. So 6-team foul on the Indians. Yannick to inbound for the Tigers. Over to Guevara. Ball's almost stripped by Sanchez. Guevara gets over to Turner, who feeds it down to Najee, lays it up and in for the Tigers. Nice position there by the offense. Tigers, now they poke the ball away from Turner, but it goes out of bounds. Retains possession for the Indians. 30 on the shot clock, 2:42 on the game clock. Tigers up by 11. Cross-court pass comes to Taylor. Shot up, no good. Just hasn't fallen for him tonight, as the rebound is also no good, and the rebound comes off of Najee, who runs, lays it up, and ahead of everybody else, and lays it in, increasing the lead to 13. Sanchez, chance for the Tigers, up, no good, but he gets called, or picks up the offensive foul, or defensive foul rather, on Turner, sending him to the line for the 3rd time tonight. Here's the replay of Najee laying it up and in, the last Tiger possession. Sanchez free throw up and good. He's 5 of 6 now. And we got a timeout called by Patterson.
This broadcast of the Joe Nava Delta King Classic is brought to you in part by Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. The NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Be one of the first 75 to register to get $100 off your camp tuition. Go to norcalsportstv.com/camp to learn more. Sonora Conference Center. 4 unique rooms in downtown Sonora. Visit sonoraconferencecenter.com for more details. California Gold. Building tomorrow's value today. Benton Roberson CPAs, serving Tuolumne and Stanislaus counties.
Sanchez at the free throw line. Chance to get him back to an 11-point lead if he can make the free throw. (55-43), 2:15 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Patterson over Ripon. Shot up, no good. Rebound, though, comes off to Haynes. Haynes gets it over to Taylor, back to Haynes for 3. Up, and it's good. 4-point possession there for the Indians. And we got a timeout here as Guevara comes up a little shaky. Here's the replay of Haynes coming back, getting the pass from Taylor. Shot, 3-pointer, up and good, which cuts the lead to 9 here. Looking at a wet spot on the floor here by the officials. So 9-point game, Levi, 2:06 left to go. Indians are, I'm assuming, going to press, trying to create a turnover. We'll see here if they can pull that off and add to their comeback bid. Inbound pass comes to Apaya. Apaya over to Guevara. Guevara breaks the press, gives it to Najee down court. Tries to lay it up and in and over McDonough, and he does, giving the Tigers an 11-point lead once again. Now Apaya strips the ball out of Taylor's hand, and the Tigers have the ball on the offensive side of the possession. Chance to add the lead, but they turn the ball over. Najee called for travel, giving the ball back to the Indians.
There's not a lot of time left, as the 35-second shot clock in high school really takes time away from the opposing team, who's losing. Ripon Indians right now down by 11. They have to have quick shots in order for Patterson to take less time away from them.
Pass intercepted, intended for the Indians. Now we have an offensive foul by Apaya as he pushes off. So a turnover by the Indians. And then they get it right back here, as you see on the replay. Clear push off by Apaya. Giving the Indians a chance again to cut into the 11-point lead. Officials taking care of some moisture on the court. McDonough inbounds the ball to Haynes. Haynes letting the ball roll, so the clock doesn't start till he touches it. Now picks it up. Gets it over to Salcido, back down to McDonough. McDonough lays it up, no good. Rebound comes off to Najee for the Tigers. Kicks it out, outlet pass to Apaya. Tries to lay it up and in, and he does. Around Haynes, and it's back to a 13-point lead for the Tigers. Salcido's pass intercepted again by Yannick. Yannick outlet to Apaya, but he's fouled by Taylor. As you see the last possession, nice layup there by Apaya around Haynes, giving the Tigers a 13-point lead with just over a minute left to go here in the fourth quarter. Sanchez checking into the game again for Salcido. Or excuse me, Wallace checking in for the Indians. Shot up, no good. We've got a foul called on the rebound attempt. Correction. It was a lane violation, so retry the 1-and-1. It was 1-and-1, yep. So get another free throw attempt here. Everybody was confused. Apaya hit the front end of the 1-and-1. Gets the second shot here. 60-46 our score, 1:06 left to go in the fourth quarter. Apaya's second free throw up, no good. Long rebound comes off to Delgado for the Tigers. He gets it back over to Apaya at the corner. His pass is knocked away, but wrangled by Yannick, and now has it stripped away by Taylor. Sanchez comes up with it, hands it back off to Taylor. Taylor throws the ball down court to Haynes. Nice pass over to McDonough. Lays up, no good. Rebound comes off to Wallace, who has his shot blocked out of bounds by Najee. .7 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. Indians look to rebound. Inbound ball. Taylor gets the ball over to Wallace. Wallace drops past to Sanchez. Sanchez back over to Taylor. Taylor double teamed by the Tigers. Over to Sanchez, shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Wallace, lays it up and in. So shot clock's off, 18.4 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Patterson can just hold on to the ball here and they don't have to take a shot, as Delgado has the ball in the corner, dribbling around. 6-5-4. Our final score tonight will be Patterson 60, Ripon 48. Great job by Patterson coming back and getting the win just after they lost to Ripon a couple days ago, Levi.
Both teams played a great game out there. Ripon came back a few times because Patterson had the lead the whole time. Ripon played a great game. They'd go on a few-point run, but then Patterson would just answer right back. And a little update on the starter that Patterson lost, Logan McCleary, his left ankle got hurt at the end of the third. He landed on someone else's foot. He was back out on the bench. He put his shoes back on. It wasn't wrapped at all, so he's doing good.
All right. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeremy Hurtado along with Levi Flores. Thanks for watching NorCal Sports TV. Good night, and we'll see you the rest of the weekend. What's that? I'll try to do this.